Mr. Lincoln, can you please state your name for the court?
Lee Lincoln.
What are your plans for after high school, Lee?
I was going to go to National University in Washington, D.C.
Can you tell the court about your relationship with the defendant?
Dustin Bieber and I were best friends since little on.
Could you also tell us how this post-prom party came about?
Well, a week previous, I'd say about, Dustin came up to me saying we should go get some boats and some other people that were at the prom and go drink some champagne under the stars and go swimming.
How'd the night start off?
Well, we all pitched in and rented a limo. Everyone was dressed up real high and tight. We went to prom and we had a fun time, danced, and that's how it started.
And what happened at prom?
Well, at prom, Dustin excused himself to go to the bathroom, and he was gone for a really long time, so I thought I'd check up on him to make sure he was okay, and I checked in the parking lot because he wasn't in the restroom, and I found him in the back of the car hooking up with Janet Johnson.
How about after prom? What did you guys do then?
Well, we got the boats, and we set out to go onto the river. We started drinking champagne, and we anchored for a while.
What did you do all night on the river?
We were drinking champagne for a while, but then Dustin was, I guess you could say, was getting a little greedy and drank more than his fair share. So we ran out, and then Alex Ovaro and Ren decided to hook up some tubes, and they went tubing.
Your Honor, I'd like to bring your attention back to Exhibit 5. May I approach the witness?
You may.
Could you please show us where you went tubing that night?
And around this area here.
And where are the sandbars on this map?
In this area and that area.
And when you mentioned hitting something in your statement, where was that?
It was around this area right here.
Near the beach.
Yes,
Thank you. Where'd you go after tubing?
After tubing, Dustin decided to take his boat back to his friend's house, Matt Mahoney, instead of docking at the marina. And when he pulled the motor out of the water, he looked kind of shocked, like oh my gosh, and cut his hand.
When did you see him next?
I saw him the next day at school in the hallways, and the hallways were just buzzing with news about how one of the junior kids, Freddie Ferris, was gone missing on the river last night, and so I just wasn't sure if it was possibly us or not. So I went up to Dustin and said, "Is it even possible?" And he told me to keep my mouth shut and not to say anything more.
Where does your friendship stand after all of this?
On rocky ground, I'd say. Not much anymore.
Thank you. No further questions.
Washington?
So you attended the prom,
That's correct.
and who was your date?
My date was, can't remember her name offhand.
And can you tell me exactly what happened at prom that made you so angry with Dustin?
Well, I wouldn't say I was angry, but I found I found Dustin in the back of a car with Janet Johnson. I was more shocked and horribly shocked because he was my best friend, and I couldn't believe he betrayed my sister like that. So
So you were angry, upset.
shocked and upset.
And after prom, you went to the marina, correct?
Correct.
Had you felt safe with Dustin before?
Oh yes, very much. Closest friends ever.
And who Who exactly brought the alcohol?
Oh, that was me.
And did you consume alcohol?
Yes, everyone.
So you could say that your judgment was impaired also.
I didn't drink that much, so I'd say probably not.
But any amount would impair your judgment.
Alcohol affects other people differently, I believe.
Let's skip forward. When did you hear about Freddie Harris?
The next day.
And how long after it was that Detective Evans come to visit you?
Not too long.
And what exactly did Evans say to you?
She said, Freddie Harris had gone missing, and they believed he was hit by a boat, and they believed Dustin had hit him, and they wanted someone to be a witness.
So you were implemented. You were scared.
Not really, no.
Well, that's what it says in your affidavit.
Well, anybody would be quite nervous and scared if you're a teen and you got called to court for something when a classmate was killed or died. It was horrible.
Mr. Lincoln, are you aware of what immunity is in court?
Not quite.
Well, it was offered to you, and are you aware of that they offered you immunity or to work with you in exchange for your testimony today in court?
Yeah.
So if you testified, you could be safe. No charges on you, all on Dustin.
Well, as anyone would want to do, and especially myself, I believe in doing the right thing, and I feel that Dustin had done this, and I did the right thing, and I wanted to do the truth. So when I put my right hand up, I didn't do it because I was biased in any way. I did it because I thought this was the right thing to do, and nothing else.
Even though you had been angry with Dustin and upset with him and no longer friends with him.
Shocked more than angry, and life goes on, so I really don't feel any more anger or any emotion towards Dustin anymore.
No further questioning. Rigor?
Oh, you're right.
Now you may